Just a couple days after Caitlyn Clark was left off of the Team USA women's basketball team because she was too young, one of my favorite ever soccer players was left off the U.S. women's national team because she's too old. We're going to break all that down and so much more in this video. If you're new to this channel, it helps us out a ton if you would smash that like button and that subscribe button. This is the Daily Huddle. Along with my main man, Nate and Aaron, we keep you up to speed on all of the biggest news in sports. And today, it's women's soccer and really just Team USA and the different ways that you go about building a team and the differences between women's soccer, women's basketball, and men's basketball and how they're constructing the team. Will this come back to bite us in the butt or will it be a great thing? We're fixing to find out. So diving into the news here, after a long time of the Team USA women's team just running roughshod over the whole world, we are starting to see some equalization, and it has been since back in 2012 that the Team USA women's national soccer team won. And you remember that was like the team with Hope Solo as a keeper, and really Alex Morgan was on that team. Rapinoe was on that team. Like, that team was absolutely star-studded, and now we've seemed to pit her out. We've lost a couple Olympic games in a row. We lost the World Cup last year at the U.S. women. The U.S. women lost the World Cup last year in kind of a heartbreaking fashion as well. And so it looks like our new coach, Emma Hayes, is trying to shake things up, and so she is putting a new stamp on here. And her whole idea is like, hey, let's be like Taylor Swift and shake off all this drama and rebuild this whole thing. And so she is leaving out my favorite player, really my daughter's favorite player as well. And if you're staying tuned to the end of this video, I got a special guest who's going to come on and react in real time. This special guest does not know the big news of the day, which is that Alex Morgan was left off of this roster. We're going to break down some of the stars from this roster and what we have to look forward to and look at their draw and all that kind of stuff. But let's get into this news, why Alex Morgan was left off. So this is the first time she has not been on a U.S. women's team since 2008. So I was still in college, like when I first saw Alex Morgan, and like her speed and ability to finish around the net. It just felt like, man, if I played soccer, I would just send her all day because like that girl could run. She was an amazing role model. And if I watched that Netflix documentary on the World Cup in Australia a couple years ago, and she just seems like a great person and a mentor and the kind of person that you want on a team to mentor the youth, right? But she's been on every single U.S. women's national team for all the major tournaments back since 2010. She helped us win that gold medal the last time we won a gold medal back in 2012. She has over 200 international appearances and 123 goals, which is like an impressive feat. And, she came out and was incredibly classy and said, hey, this is a real big disappointment, but in less than a month, I'm going to be cheering along with all of you, LFG. And so obviously we would expect nothing but class out of Alex Morgan, even when she's not treated with class by being, left off of this roster. So again, this article goes through and talks about how, the U.S. women's team, were eliminated by Sweden. Remember Germany winning 2 years or, the last Olympic Games. And I think there's a real big precedent in women's soccer for having a savvy veteran on that team who has some experience. I remember that used to be Carly Lloyd, who was almost 40 years old. And, she was an amazing alternate when she came in, when we won the bronze medal. And so I feel like Alex Morgan, being a lot younger than that, really could have fit into this and passed on some culture. I think the 2021 Olympics, Marta in Brazil, scored 5 goals that entire tournament at 35. So you see precedent for an older player coming on and playing that mentor role to help a team get over that. But that is not indeed what this new coach intends to do. She wants to build things her own way and kind of shake off all of the drama that has come from underperforming over the past. Now, what I find very, very interesting is that if you look at the basketball teams, which I think the game of basketball relies on explosion and pure athleticism in a way that soccer doesn't, right? Like, you're really just still hitting your peak physical ability at 35, whereas basketball is a game where if you lose that bounce in your step and that explosive first step, you're done for. And so I think it's very, very interesting to me to look at this Team USA men's team and just seeing guys who've been, been playing forever. We're looking at LeBron James is pushing 40 years old. We got Kevin Durant, who is old. Anthony Davis isn't even a spring chicken anymore. Kawhi Leonard is old and always hurt. And if you look at it, right now, the Team USA men's team is actually going to be the oldest team in Olympic history. And everyone's predicting that they're going to win the gold again with that. And then you even just look at the cutting of Caitlyn Clark not making this team. And the big reason that Caitlyn Clark didn't make the team was everyone was saying that she was too young. So it's going to be very interesting as we're watching this Olympics to see which of those philosophies works. I think that Olympic teams do not get the amount of time to get the level of chemistry right and to have like that huge culture of knowing what the other person's going to do before they even do it, like a pro team that plays together and is together 24/7 for an entire season. And so I think that is the role. The person who thrives in that is someone who understands the game at such a deep level and has played with all these different types of players, and an older person like we're seeing in how the Olympic basketball teams have been built, I think is a much better move than going young like the U.S. women's soccer team is doing. So let me know in the comments, do you think that is an accurate statement? Do you think which of these strategies is going to be more successful? Do you think the youth movement of the U.S. women's soccer team, or is it the savvy veteran experience that we're seeing with the U.S. Basketball teams, both the women's and the men's team? Also, found it very interesting just to kind of watch this here. The U.S. women's team was actually asked, which WNBA player would you want to come be on your soccer team? And guess who they all basically said? They all basically said young people.
I'm going to say Caitlyn Clark because I'm pretty sure she played soccer in high school, and she's like so good at basketball that I'm sure she's so good at soccer too.
Caitlyn Clark, I think, is probably going to go one. I don't know. She's obviously been incredible. She's really elevated the women's game, and I'm really excited to see, obviously, her future. And I also think, Angel Reese, could be a good fit on the soccer team. I mean, she obviously has that, swagger behind it, and I just think that would be amazing.
I would draft Caitlyn Clark, good at shooting, but also the vision that I think she can bring to the soccer pitch.
I'm going to say
Caitlyn Clark, evidently not good enough for the U.S. women's basketball team, but she could play U.S. women's soccer. But Alex Morgan absolutely cannot. All right, so I'm going to call in my special guest to live react to all y'all about the big news. So y'all stay one sec. I'll grab her. Welcome to the Daily Huddle. Who is my special guest here?
My name's Grace. Hi, I'm 10.
And Grace, what is your favorite sport?
My favorite sport is soccer.
And on the U.S. women's national team, who is your favorite player?
Alex Morgan.
Alex Morgan. All right, so today, the new coach for U.S. What do you like about Alex Morgan first?
I don't know. I've just always liked her since she was, because you liked her and you were the only soccer, and she was the only soccer player that you told me about, so I just grew up liking her.
We watched, she's got that show, what was that called, Alex and Me or something?
Oh, yeah.
That was really good, and we've watched her in several Olympics, so we have some news today. The U.S. women's national team has not won a gold medal game since you've been alive. 2012 was the last time. You were born in 2014. So the U.S. coach today came out and announced the new roster. The Olympics start in just 3 weeks here, Grace, and they announced the new roster, and here's the news. I want you to read the headline and then give me your immediate reaction, all right? So here it is.
What?
Read it out loud for us.
Alex Morgan left off U.S. women's soccer team's 2024 Paris Olympics roster. Was she on it and quit?
No, they were trying. The coach wants to shake things up. They lost the last World Cup. They lost the last Olympics, and so they left her off. So what are your initial thoughts to hearing that?
Why?
Well, good question. I guess she's 35 years old. The average age of the Olympic team now is 26. And the time we won, the average age was 31 years old. And so they're trying to get younger and hoping that young legs will help us win a gold medal. Does that make you There's some really exciting girls. I mean, Sophia Smith from Colorado, like you're from, right? So that's exciting. Rose Lavelle's still there. Are you still going to watch?
Probably.
Okay. If the USA ends up winning a gold, but your favorite player isn't on the team, is that a good thing? Would you be okay with it? Would you rather have Alex Morgan and a bronze medal or no Alex Morgan and a gold?
Maybe no Alex Morgan and a gold.
That is right. We are getting no Alex Morgan and a gold. Let's believe in Team USA. Make sure you smash that like button on the way out. And for the Daily Huddle, we are out.